Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Ogle, and it's the 20th of March. We're seeing some lovely spring weather today, and it's the SW Herts Link for Growth news show. And today, I've dumped Alex. I've got Keith Emery. Come and say hi, Keith.
Neil.
Oh, sorry, Neil. Where did Keith come from? Sorry, Neil. It's Neil.
That's a good start.
Yeah. So, how's things with you? All right?
Yeah, really good, really good.
It must have been the drink last night. That's when it must have been at the. Got confused with the names, but anyway, very warm welcome to you, Neil. You're obviously in the shop at the moment in Reason Cafe, so you know, you might get disturbed. You might have somebody walk in. You never know your luck. So what we'll do is we'll crack on, and I know that you've got a lot going on down there today, so we're quite keen to hear what you've got in the pipeline. But you've got some chalk boards down there, and they make quite interesting reading.
Yeah, absolutely. We've started to get groups in, which is really good, and some regular events going. So we'll talk about that in a little while. But it's all good stuff.
Fantastic. Right. Well, what I'll do is I'll clip on with what's happened so far this week, and then we'll look at some of the changes that have happened over the week, and then we'll look at some of the videos and things that are in the pipeline and things I've done this week, and then we'll come on to talk to Neil about some of the exciting stuff that's happening at Reason Cafe. So this week we were down at one of the other independent coffee shops on Monday at OB Coffee Company, and that was quite an interesting event actually. There was some new faces down there. Always good to get down there. I don't get much chance to get down to all of the coffee shops on a regular basis, but it's nice to get down there once a month, which is and they're very keen to host us as well down there, so that was great. On Tuesday, I was over at the Croxley Business Park. We have an event at the Rising Sun there, which we're moving. That's on the move. That's going to move up to the kitchen in Croxley with the proprietor there, Linda. So that's another independent coffee shop we've got under our belt, and she's dead keen for us to be up there. So I think that event will be on the 21st of April. So that's bound to be a lot busier because she's quite keen to promote it, because people go in and buy cake and coffee and stuff like that when that happens. So looking forward to that. And of course, last night we had Link for Drinks, the Thursday, the 19th at Weatherspoons Moon Underwater. Always a very very lively event, especially towards the end of the night. We had some great debates, which we were having again last night, weren't we, Neil?
Oh, yeah. We go backwards and forwards on them.
Well, it's really interesting because after a few drinks, you get, and we were there. I looked at my watch; it was 10:30, and then the next time I looked at it, it was 12:05.
I know. Time flies when you put in the world to rights.
Yeah. So that was fantastic. So I already mentioned that we're changing the venue for that coffee in Croxley. That could be the start of really putting the community launching the community of Croxley in earnest, really, because that's it's only been open 3.5 weeks. I think she opened around the same time that you opened, Neil, but. She lives in Croxley. The people in the place working with her, they live in Croxley. So it's a really great little community there. Now, I didn't know this, but I think there's more people that live in Croxley than live in Ricky.
Yeah, Croxley's a big sprawling area. When you just drive through it, you don't realise how big it is. But yeah, it's a place we need to be in for sure.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this coffee shop is it's right next to the station as well. So, of course, that won't help when the Met line changes, I don't think, or will it? Will it still go through Croxley?
Yeah, it definitely still goes through Croxley. It's only Castleberry Park that's closing down, so Croxley's fine.
Fine, brilliant. Okay, well, that's good news. Otherwise, those people will be a bit disappointed there as well. So, some other things that have happened this week. This came through you, actually, Neil. I was going to call you Keith again there for some reason. But it's Bernie Harewood. Now, I lost her details, won't go there, but I managed to catch up with her this week, and Bernie is involved heavily in the YMCA and the community work. And I was quite shocked because I didn't realise there were so many community centres still going in the Watford district. It's quite a lot, you know. It's about 6.
Yeah, and they do really good work, and it's a part of the population we haven't really managed to get involved in Link for Growth yet, so it's a big opportunity.
Yeah, so what I'm quite keen to do is work with Bernie, because she's worked at the one on the Meriden. She's been involved in the other ones as well, so she's quite well known. I think she said she worked in this kind of capacity for 15 years or 17 years or something, so she's well known in this area of working with the community. Loves the idea of Link for Growth, and I think she's going to open a few opportunities for us to go and talk to the other community centres that are going around. But there must be a tie-up with the Watford Community Housing Association and these community centres. There must be.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, and I've got to go down and see the Housing Community Association at some stage. I just haven't arranged that yet, so when I do, I will find out more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I know a few. I know the CEO of the Watford Housing Trust sent me an email on LinkedIn this week and followed me. They followed me on Twitter as well. So things are afoot. I can feel it in my water that things are moving in the right direction there. So fantastic conversation, and this is one of the big benefits, of course, of having a high street presence like yourself, Neil, there, because people can go there. I mean, they know it's there, and they know it's open every day, and they can just go there.
Yeah, and I'm meeting some really interesting people who are already doing a lot of good stuff in the community, but in just very small ways. Not Bernie, she's a part of a big group, but so these people are all getting really interested in Link for Growth. Bernie, in particular, is also really interested in what Tanya's doing with Thrive, because that fits in very well with the people at YMCA. So there's a lot of opportunities here to bring people together and get some really good stuff done.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, I'll definitely drop Bernie an email with all the details of some of the things that we've got going on. She did mention she might be able to get there last night. Unfortunately, she didn't make it, but I will catch up with her. I'll drop her an email and tell her we're on the market tomorrow. We may end up in Reason as well, so she might come along tomorrow. You never know. But lots of stuff happening there. The other really good thing I did this week, actually, was I went down to the Watford Workshop. And now, if you don't know what the Watford Workshop is, it's basically it's a business. It's a charity, but it's run like a business, and they do light assembly work. They also do a little bit of engineering down there, but they also light assembly. They put together, you know, those strimmers, those with those things. They make those for the council and people like that, and I think they got an order for like 1 million of them or something. They're all down there doing those things while I was down there. But so basically, they've got disadvantaged people with learning difficulties, all sorts of people that probably wouldn't be able to work in mainstream workplace down there, and they've had a massive slashing of their budget this year. So what they're trying to do is make the people of Watford and around know a little bit more about who they are, what they're doing. So I went down there with the Google glasses, did a quick walkthrough, and it wasn't quick actually, it was about 15 minutes. I thought the glasses were going to explode because they get quite hot when you're doing video recording. So I did about 15-16 minutes, but it's a really good, we went through each of the different departments and stuff like that. I haven't put that video up there yet, but I will do. But I also did some separate videos with a couple of interviews of a couple of the people that are actually doing the job. And you know, these people absolutely love it there. They really do. They couldn't go anywhere else really, but they've got a great little community. They have their lunch provided, which very often is the only decent meal they have a day, and they go into a little training room there, and they explore the world using Google, and they were like doing a project on, they had to pick a country, find out whether it was hot or cold, and what they ate and what costumes they wore and what currency and what the time zone was and all that kind of thing. just stuff to help them use their mind and actually start to, if they can do that, then maybe they can find something else about something else. So a really fascinating place. You ever been down there, Neil?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing those videos actually, because I've had a walk around there myself, and it's amazing what they do. And unfortunately, they're the only workshop left in the area. I think there used to be 5 or 6 before the recession, and then government cuts because of austerity. All the others closed because they were run on a purely donation basis, where luckily this one actually runs on a business basis, and it's kept them afloat because that business model has kept them afloat, and it's sorely needed. So yeah, everyone should get involved and contact them. They're more than happy to show anyone around. They're really good down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken me a while to get it organised so I could do the video work down there, but you know, and they're all unedited. These are real people, and you know, there was a few faux pas and things in the video, but you know, it's just natural. It's what's going on down there, and that's what I really like about these things. It's not like taken away and crafted into some showpiece. It's just normal folk talking and having a conversation, and I will get those up tonight and make sure that they're being well aired, so that a lot of people can go and have a good look at that. So yeah, that was quite good fun, and I've got some more in the pipeline for next week. But I've had a really busy week this week, so I haven't had much chance to do many others. But I've got. I want to go see Drum. I want to see Homestart. They've got a new person involved now. That I want to go and see New Hope Trust, and I also have got a good connection at Demand up in Leavesden in the old mental hospital. And they do everything for disabled people except wheelchairs. So I'm going to go up and do a video of those. If you want to check out what we're doing online and where all this stuff's going, so that you can have a look at it, just check out that website there. If I can hold the thing still, http://bit.ly/L4G SW Herts. So go and have a look at that website. You'll find that one of the great things about what we're doing with using that platform is every time we get something that crops up that we find out about, we've got a place to plug it so that it can be shared with everybody else. And the great thing about that site is everybody can participate. If you want to help us put stuff in the calendar, just ask and we can make you an administrator for the calendar. If you've got stuff happening and you want to tell all the people in Watford about it, we've got a place to do that. If you've got a business in Watford and you want to share some great stuff, L4G Buy Local Watford, just go in there and tell people what you're up to, because one of the biggest problems I've got of buying local is you can't find the people that are selling stuff locally, because they can't advertise. They've got no money, they've got no way of getting their messages out into the wider marketplace. So the people want to buy local, but it's being made very difficult. That's why Link for Growth has put these things together. So it's no cost, everybody can participate, and we can really get our local economy buzzing. And talking about that, straight into segue into a Reason Cafe. And Neil, tell us about what's going on down there.
All right, cool. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, so I'll just tell you about some of the events we've got coming up. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we have our very first Green Chat. So there will be Green Party members in here for people to come in and chat to off the street and see what the Green Party are all about. Because a lot of people have an opinion that they're just about grass and trees, which is great. Obviously, most people want to save the planet, but they're about a lot more than that. So if you're interested in politics or climate change or anything, or you just want to come and have a chat, come in. There'll be Green Party members here to talk to. So that's tomorrow.
Tell us just a fact you told me last night, which was staggering, really, which is they've gone from like 50 members to sort of close to 200 in very little time, really.
Since October in Watford, those figures are. They've been pushing nationwide since September, and nationwide membership is up to 57,000. So they're becoming a big party now. They're a lot bigger than Lib Dem as far as members go, and a lot bigger than UKIP. And in Watford, I went to a meeting back in October, and there was 4 people there, a party meeting, and we had one on Monday night, and there was 20 people. So there's a lot of people want to get involved and want to start doing good in the local area. And I know Link for Growth isn't a political thing, but they're all people who want to make change and want to help, so they fit quite well with what we're doing. So the more people want to make Watford a better place, that's good as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely right. Yeah, we can't argue with that.
Yeah. So on to Monday is the first Link for Growth evening coffee drinks at Reason Coffee Shop, starting at 5:30. We had obviously being on the high street now. I'm telling a lot of people about Link for Growth, and I had several people say, oh, they can't come to daytime ones because they're at work or whatever, and they don't drink and don't particularly like going to the pub. So we're going to try an evening coffee, just 5:30 till 8, and have some interesting conversations there.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see how that goes. We do have another after work coffee in Walthamstow. It's right next to the train station, and it seems to be quite popular. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that is on Monday. That'll be a good one, that.
Yeah, definitely. So a couple of other regular events we got. The first Saturday of every month, Watford Humanists come in and hold a meeting. It can be quite lively, and there's some good debates going on there. So if you
when's that one?
First Saturday of every month, at 11 o'clock. So yeah, if you're interested, wondering what a humanist is, come along and have a chat, and find out.
Have you put these into the community calendar yet?
Yeah, these are all in the community calendar.
Have you actually set them up as like rolling first Saturday of the month type things?
Yeah, definitely. They're I've checked it, it's worked. Yep, and I've got my timeline right now.
Brilliant. Okay, it's
being in America. So then on the first Thursday of every month, we have Tanya in giving everyone a taster of what the Thrive program is all about.
Brilliant.
That was really good, the first one of those a few weeks back. And they're the regular events we've got in so far. We've got really interesting conversations with people coming in from Farm Terrace who are interested in coming in and doing something in the shop. So that's good. And lots of other people. We have just started a Pay It Forward scheme last week, and we've already had lots of really generous donations, so we're getting out into the street and trying to find homeless people to give those coffees and cakes to. So I just want to say a big thank you to Watford people who are really being generous with their money.
There's a guy that I met who often plays a guitar under the subway close to you. His name's Ollie.
Yeah.
He's a homeless guy. I've told him about the Pay It Forward. So if you see someone down there, he doesn't stand on the edge. He's a bit further down towards where the toilets are.
Okay, yeah. I haven't been down that way, but yeah, I'll look out for him.
I've told him to go in there, and I must remember to go in there. I must remember to go in there. I said, well, get in there. Go on. I said, there's a coffee and a cake waiting for you in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, obviously homelessness is a real shame and it shouldn't even exist, but why it does, we need to do something to help these people.
Absolutely right, yeah. So and the other people that are interested that we met last night, the people from Zeitgeist, of course, and I think the conversations that we were having last night, I mean, it's all aligned to what we're all doing, and we're all doing bits and pieces, and actually if we could all just coordinate and plug into the structure that we're putting together for Link for Growth, which is a plug and play infrastructure. It's not about taking over people or trying to make them be something that they're not. They can keep going the way they are, but if we allow those messages to be spread more effectively, then we can just have a lot more people doing a lot of good things, not a handful of people in one area, but just get the whole country learning from what other people are already doing and replicating it elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Zeitgeist movement is a really interesting movement, and if anyone doesn't know what it is, I urge them to get onto YouTube and just put in Zeitgeist and watch the movies and see what it's about. It does tally in very well with what Link for Growth is trying to achieve. So they're good people, and yeah, it looks like we're going to have an event in here before the end of April. No date for that one yet, but I'm also very keen to make sure that is a regular monthly thing as well, because they're highlighting a lot of things people haven't even considered yet, and with technological revolution and that sort of thing. So it's really interesting and definitely ties in with Link for Growth.
Absolutely. If you're watching this and you haven't, some of the things bit you just touched on there, if you type into Google "humans need not apply," which is an amazing video about technology revolution and how technology actually does eradicate jobs. And I know new jobs get created in a new sector, but there's a classic bit in that movie where there's two horses talking to each other, and they're saying, "What do you think about these new cars then?" And it's like, yeah, they're all right because they kind of do all the rubbish jobs, and we don't have to go to war and all that. They've got these machines that do that now. That's pretty. All we've got to do is we just go around in the towns in these nice roads, just carrying these carriages behind us with people sitting, and we've got it nice and cushy now. Thanks very much, brilliant. But 100 years later, they're not economic in any way to do anything with a horse, basically, except for horse racing. That's it. So it's a false economy to think that humans are not the next ones on the list to become useless in terms of non-economic, in terms of jobs, and it isn't going to be very long.
No, absolutely, it's coming a lot quicker than people think. The technological revolution. You just have to look at driverless cars and think how many jobs that's going to take away, and that's going to be here in 10 years. They're just going to be commonplace. So link for growth and getting people together and communities working together is going to be vital. We're going to need to have communities again, old-fashioned communities almost.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's you can see it. All the trends are pointing towards this new world which we're heading. It's not up for discussion. It's a slow tide. It's coming in. You don't have to agree with it, but it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the time, trade unions try to stop these things, and they're successful for a while. If you look at the moment with driverless trains and that on the railways, on the underground, right now the unions have stopped it, but that's only a matter of time before all those jobs are gone as well. Unions can't keep stopping progress forever. So yeah, we need a new way, and the new way is going to be communities.
I mean, there's a lot of things out there that, I mean, before we move on, there are a load of old people sitting at home alone, and they don't have to be alone. There could be people, and we touched on it last night. We were talking about like a living wage, and we won't go there today. But the fact is that there's a load of people that aren't doing anything, and there's a load of people that need things being done. And actually, none of this is about somebody having to spend all day, every day, working with old people. It's a case of such and such is sitting at home. Why doesn't someone just drop round there and say hello and just have a conversation with them and have a cup of tea with them? And that is a useful contribution to society.
Yeah.
and we've got a lot of that that's needed.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. And just in the month I've been open, the amount of retired people who've walked in the shop and said they're looking for something to do. They want to put something back, give something back, and help out. It's they just don't know where to go. So that's what we've got to work on.
And that's a really, really important point. What you pointed out there is that there are, I believe that not every single person, but 80% of the people out there want to make a contribution. It's just too difficult with the current setup for people to be able to make a contribution. It's unless you want to stand outside in the cold with a bucket collecting money, there's not really much else you can do as a contribution. Well, there's only a finite number of people that are prepared to do that. But like you've got a coffee shop, you can give someone a place to sit in the warm and have a cup of coffee. There are a load of things that could be done out there. Someone's good at websites. A local charity doesn't have the money to do a website, but they could contribute an hour a week, where that might take someone in that charity a month to do the same thing. So it appears like it's a huge help, but actually, if you're an expert in that field, it doesn't take very long at all. And it's having all those opportunities to make a contribution, because the community needs everything. So there's something for all of us. We've just got to have a platform that enables us to do it. And of course, that's what we're doing here with Link for Growth, with Reason Cafe, with these things, is we're knitting together a real set of solutions really that's going to help us get to where we need to go.
Yeah, definitely. And the way we're going, we're not institutionalizing things like making people feel like victims. We're enabling people to go forwards and actually achieve stuff. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Fantastic.
Customer, I'm going to put you on mute.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to carry on here and talk about some of the other local Link for Growth news which is happening. I spent quite a bit of time with Alex last week talking to some of the market traders, and those traders are almost getting to D-Day really. With I'm just going to turn my phone off there. Really getting to D-Day down there, so I'm going to write a blog post which is going to cover some of the discussions that I had last week. I'll be back down there again tomorrow, so I will probably be updating that as well. We've got a couple of new restaurants or places to go opening in the Watford community, just outside, in fact, North Watford. Casper's Desserts in St Albans Road and Smoky Boy Burgers. They are due to open imminently. I'm not quite sure when, but Casper's looks like it could be a venue for Link for Growth as well, which will be good. Home Start, the local charity, they've got a half-price sale starting this Saturday, that's tomorrow, and that's a charity shop in Queen's Road, so if you get along there, and you can pick up some real bargains. The Italian market, which Alex talked about last week, has hit town, so I went down there to get something to eat lunchtime today, and it's there in the high street. So if you're in Watford, or you're coming into Watford, or maybe you'd like to visit that Italian market, it's there. It's by the bridge, so get yourself down there and pick up some ham and bread and oils and all sorts of things Italian. It's pretty quiet down there this afternoon, so get down there and help make that a success. We have a craft sale and vintage tea room offering in West Watford Community Centre, and that's on the 28th of March between 10 and 4. So it's not tomorrow, that's the week after. I mentioned last week about the Signpost charity CD. You can pick a copy of that up at LP Cafe, so do go along there. And two of the tracks, I think it is, have got local people on them, so go along and do buy that CD. All the proceeds go to Signpost, which is to help young people get over some of the troubles they've got in their teenage years. The Greens have still not announced their candidate, although they are standing in most wards, I've heard, so good luck to them. What else have I got for you? Oh yeah, the Kings Langley Amateur Dramatics peeps have got the pyjama game on between the 25th to the 28th of March. I'll be going along on the 27th, which is a week today. Don't forget, Orphanage Road is still closed. If you use that road regularly, you'll know that's been closed. You've got to find alternative routes there. Back open, hopefully on the 17th of April, but these things always have a tendency to run on and on. What else have we got? Hogwarts Express is here. I saw a post from somebody that had said that they were on the Hogwarts Express, so that's obviously started. Good luck to them. Week 11 of 12 for the Michael Green Foundation Eat Fit campaign, which has been going on since early in the new year. It's a £5 or £6 per session. Only 2 left. All about nutrition, exercise, food labelling, and much more. And that will be running again, hopefully in Watford, because it's been quite a success actually, and people are benefiting amazingly from all the good information that they've been receiving. Neil didn't mention this, but we've got wine tasting in the planning there, fish and chip night with bring your own booze type of thing. Humanitarian Society he has mentioned, turning into a real community hub, that, so really good news. The community calendar is filling up. Do check that out. You can get that from that website that I was pointed out earlier to you. I'll hold it up again just in case you haven't got that website there, that web address there. at the top. Do go there. There's a calendar on there. It's called What's On. All the local stuff is going in that calendar, and it's filling up quite nicely. So do tell people about that calendar so that you will know, everyone knows. What have we got coming up this week? Well, we've got coffee tomorrow morning on the market, Watford Market. That's the 21st. Get yourself down there. Alex and I will be there. Diane will be there. Perhaps Neil might nip in before he goes off to his shop. Who knows? But always a bit of good fun. The weather's much brighter today. Hopefully we can sit outside and enjoy a cup of coffee in the fresh spring air. Cafe Loco on the Moore Park Parade. That's near Northwood. That's Monday at 10 a.m. Please get yourself along there. And then we've got, as Neil already mentioned, the coffee in the afternoon/evening, 5:30 till 8 on Monday evening. If you can make that next week, that would be brilliant. And then we've got drinks, a launch of the drinks in Bushey High Street. That's next Thursday, the 26th, from 6 till 9. So another opportunity to get along to a pub and have a few drinks with other local people. And then on Friday, we've got a really good event. We've got Nash Mills special canal trip, which up until now we've been in the visitor centre, but we had a discussion last month and we thought it'd be a good idea to have a taster session and actually on that coffee go up and down the canal. So there's a turning point just the other side of a lock, so we'll be going through a couple of locks. You'll be able to help out if you want to get involved. If you get there a little bit late, you can always nip up to the lock. We'll probably be there for 20 minutes or so trying to get through that, but 12 people maximum on that. 7 already booked, so if you are interested on that, go onto that website, go to the link for growth events, click on that, and it will take you through. You'll be able to see the events there and get yourself booked in. What else have we got? Not a lot else really. I'll bring back Neil if he's helped his customer out.
I'm here.
So what was it, a latte or?
Americano.
There you go. So we need people from Croxley, we need people from Rickmansworth, we need people from Hemel Hempstead, and of course we always need people from Watford and the surrounding towns like Garston, Leavesden, Meriden, Oxley, Bushey, Northwood. If you know people out there or you'd like to get involved in some capacity with what we do in Link for Growth, it's getting very, very exciting. I think we're going to go through a little bit of an explosion shortly, don't you, Neil?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people really showing the interest and actually interested in setting up new events as well. So every event I've been to, there seems to be more and more people turning up, so it's really great fun.
And if you don't know, we've got about 18 events at the moment per month in the Southwest Herts district. That's from Kings Langley down to Northwood, across to Rickmansworth. There's no excuse. There's something for everyone now. It's time to start really focusing on rebuilding the local community. We've got L4G by Local Watford. That's for local businesses to start telling other local people about the great stuff they're doing. And if we all work as a team, we can make huge changes in relatively short time because we're using the technology and we've got lots of things that people can come along and participate in. So, have you got anything else to say before we go and sign off, Neil?
Just pop in and to Reason Coffee Shop and Bookstore and see what we're all about. We've got some brand new sandwiches and wraps in. First time today. We've just been doing cakes up to now, so anyone who wants to have a lunch or something, just come and see what we're about. Have a chat.
So if you don't know where Reason is, it's pretty much at the end of the subway between the town hall and the parade. You just come up to the top there, and if you look right, you'll see Reason Cafe is literally in front of your eyes. So nip in there, say hello to Neil, and get plugged into what's happening in the Southwest Herts district, because it's about to get very exciting. So thanks ever so much, Neil, for joining me. Apologies for the name mess up at the start. But
I've been called worse.
Great to have you on the show. I'm not sure whether Alex will be back next week, but it's always fun when you've got more than one person on this show. No one wants to listen to me droning on for hours. So great, thanks for coming on and being a first for you, I think, on the show, isn't it?
Yeah, first time, enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, look forward to the next one.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. And to Neil, thanks for watching. And we'll see you all next week, which will be the last show of March. And that'll be a quarter of the way through the year already. Frightening. But I will see you all next week. Thanks now.